I'm back up right now. Hopefully people come back in. Hopefully everything works out. But we are live right now. So yeah, like people. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's see if I can do that real quick as well. I suppose. What was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm like scrambling right now, but I was
Oh,
gonna
you're
say,
fine.
like, yeah, they say it was Biden, and it's like I don't know if I believe that it wasn't Obama
It
too, you know?
it I wouldn't say it necessarily started in the Obama era, though the Obama family definitely had a huge pull, because they've been having a huge pull on just making the country absolute dog shit. It's got to be intentional at this point, unless they're just that hopelessly brain dead.
Oh yeah,
For fuck's sake, they made No Child Left Behind look like the work of a scholar when Obama just replaced it with Common Core, which is absolute dog shit. And we both went to school when Michelle Obama fucked with our school lunches,
yeah,
and
I'll never
especially the
forgive
whole
that bitch.
anti-bullying fad, which all it did was just protect the bullies, because it got rid of people like me who would fight back against their bullies and bully the bullies. So it completely broke the cycle, which allowed a bunch of like sociopathic kids to go through high school and most of their adult life without facing any repercussions for being a fucking piece of shit.
The way I remember it is that people would get into fights and accuse the other person of being the bully, and they would say they're the victim and the other person's was the bully, and that's carried on into my adult life. Both,
Yeah.
Yeah, the crying out is they strike you sort of deal, you know?
yeah, but I don't think this is the fault of any particular political program. I wasn't paying attention to any of that. I
No,
just
no, trust me, it was, bro. It was. Lady Gaga's anti-bullying fad just made bullying 10 times worse,
It was
which is
goddamn
why
Lady
I
Gaga.
personally fucking hate her. I personally fucking hate her. I've hated her for a while.
Yeah, she's
I
definitely some kind of satanic.
I
Well, yeah,
like
she's
Lady Gaga.
Well, of course you'd like Lady Gaga. She's Marina Abramovic's little protege.
I don't know who
You know
Marina
how you're
Abramovic is. I just
a
like
pedophilic performance artist.
Really? Did you
no,
don't you don't know who Marina Abramovic is? I
no.
figured you would have known her.
Wait, was she the spirit cooking person?
Yep.
Yeah, she was a spirit cooking bitch.
Okay,
Who's now in
I
charge of all
never
the
actually.
children in Ukraine, interestingly enough. I wonder what she's going to do with those kids. I wonder what she's going to do with those kids.
I'm sure good stuff. I hear somebody typing.
I'm
That would
just
be Aryeh.
disavowing someone in the chat who is dead naming me.
Oh, I see. Bug him. All right,
Yeah.
so we started off strong. We started off with a topic. We could return to that topic if you guys would like. Okay. I don't know how you feel about it. If
Oh
you're
yeah,
that.
because we got distracted because Aryeh, you're more of a fan of the Adventure Time Steven Universe era, yeah?
I mean, I don't know if I'd say more of a fan. Just so when you say that the offices moved, were these the corporate offices or were these the?
I would imagine it'd
Wait,
be something like how Nickelodeon Studios used to be in Orlando, Florida, until this around the same time. Uh, and then they just moved to Burbank, California, and you could just see the quality drop in both cases. Like I remember, because I think that Nickelodeon Studios moved in like 2005, and then I noticed the quality began to drop, and I switched over to Cartoon Network for a while. Uh, well, are you a fan? Are you a fan of Adventure Time? Like,
yes.
do you? Okay, so you enjoy Adventure Time, and do you appreciate Pendleton Ward? Do you think he's a good creator?
So I saw Midnight Gospel and Adventure Time. I did not see Bravest Warriors. Um, I do like what I've seen from his body of work. I don't know how much of that can be credited to him specifically, and how much of it can be.
All right, good. We found a good one because
Let me
Pendleton
finish.
Ward. Okay.
Can be credited to the people he surrounded himself with. But one thing I do give him credit for.
Yeah, notorious child groomer Rebecca Sugar.
She's not a groomer, and I enjoy her work.
Rebecca Sugar.
She
Is that a real
Becky
name?
Sucro, yes.
Why is she teaching kids how to be trannies? That's just weird.
Oh, I don't know if she's teaching them how to be trannies, but
Why is she teaching kids? Oh yeah, you got to be anti-racist. It's not enough for you to not be racist.
I'm not a fan of those PSAs. I'm not a fan of those PSAs either.
Those are all greenlit by Rebecca Sugar.
Yes, I know Rebecca Sugar wrote those PSAs with her husband Ian Jones-Quartey. I'm not a fan of those PSAs.
Rebecca Sugar needs to fucking stand that she lived a life of luxury in that little beach town she came from.
The thought I was trying to articulate is that one thing I do give Penn Ward a lot of credit for was that he gave a lot of creative freedom to his storyboard artists, and when people were saying, "Hey, we want to expand the emotional palette of the show. We want to start doing drama with these characters," instead of doing a thing a lot of egotistical creators might do, to saying, "No, I envision the show like this. This is what I pitched. This is how we're doing it." He let them experiment, and that's what led to both the best and worst moments in Adventure Time. But I think the best ones make up for the worst. I am glad that they took what was pitched as just a SpongeBob-esque episodic comedy and made it into something really unique that there isn't anything else on TV like.
Pendleton Ward panders to overgrown man-children.
Well, thank you. Yeah, he panders to me very well. Really,
his entire Midnight Gospel is just Pendleton Ward not realizing that the average person had deep conversations like Midnight Gospel when they were fucking 10 with their friends.
Well, I mean, I'm not a particular fan of that podcast. The only episode I watched that wasn't
Pendleton Ward hates white people, and he cucked Finn, the promised Aryan, by giving him no bitches at the end, letting both.
What do you mean? He got Huntress Wizard.
Wait, he wasn't he fucking pussy the whole time? He ended up with no women at the end of it.
No, he ended up with Huntress Wizard.
He ended up with who?
Huntress Wizard. She was only introduced in the second to last season, so you wouldn't know her.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but they never show them together, and then for some reason they show a adult Finn fucking Jake's granddaughter, which is really weird.
First off, it's
what
unclear.
do you mean by this, Pendleton Ward?
First off, it's unclear.
Why are you making Finn fuck a dog?
First off, it's unclear that they're fucking. They're just close.
White boys fuck dogs.
Let me finish. Second, the important point is that we don't know when and how Jake dies, but we know that after Jake dies, Finn never really gets over it. And so he spends
the rest of his... fucked a dog? What kind of writing is that, my nigga?
I don't think that's bad writing. And again, it's not clear whether they fucked.
Jimmy's black, by the way. I just want to say, Jimmy's black. You can't see him, but he's black.
I am black in the trunking.
His birth name was Jimavius.
I like that emotional through line of Finn never
Finn fucking dogs.
No, of
Finn getting cucked out of the Flame Princess because the writers were like, "Oh yeah, we can't make it about the straight white man. We can't make it about a straight white man. We can't let the straight white man win. We gotta make the lesbians win." Yeah, lesbian power. Get 1,000,000 abortions.
Frost and Fire was one of the best episodes of the show. Everyone who hates the episode Frost and Fire is just they're just ashamed to admit that that's what being a teenager was like. They look back on being a teenager and they go, "Oh, cringe," and they want to invent this fiction where teenagers don't make dumb mistakes that are motivated.
He already made 1,000,000 dumb mistakes before then, though. He already learned, his whole thing of, simping for this Princess Bubblegum bitch, it ain't working out. She don't give a fuck about me. She just call me when she needs shit. Fuck you. I'm going to this fire hoe. Like a
Yeah,
real man does.
He learned not to simp, but did he learn to treat a lady right? When you're a kid, sometimes you have to learn the same lessons over and over again. And I liked how Adventure Time depicted the confusion.
If you got two brain cells to rub together, maybe.
I liked how Adventure Time depicted the
Pendleton Ward
confusion
just
of
hates
puberty.
the white race. He's another self-loathing white man.
Look,
It's like
I'm not talking about Pendleton Ward's personal politics here. I'm saying that episode.
Pendleton Ward's personal politics are within Adventure Time.
I don't think that's the case. But
oh yes, it is. Pendleton Ward fucks dogs. He hates the white man. He loves getting cucked by lesbians.
I think you're trying to dominate for the sake of dominating.
I'm just bringing up the most valid debate points I can think of about Adventure Time, because I tried to get into that shit. That shit was mad overhyped. We called those people smigs.
Okay.
All right. I have. Hold on. I have another point that somebody made. Noticer of Things says Adventure Time is a sissification program. True or false?
False.
True.
False.
And why?
They deliberately just nerf Finn to the point where he's just like, oh yeah, I'm just being cucked left, right, and center. Yeah, the writers made me just like completely screw over this bad bitch I got.
Getting women the only thing that matters in life.
And now they end me as like some weird 40-year-old dude fucking Jake's granddaughter, who's God knows how young she is, and she's a dog. It's like, bruh.
I think that...
Tell me that ain't some sissification shit.
I like...
They even cucked Simon.
I like sad
Simon out of his waifu.
Actually, I was surprisingly satisfied with the way Simon's story ended. I did not want a happy... Frankly, I did not want a happy ending for Simon at all. I want him to be...
Why? Is it because he reminds you of your rabbi, Aryeh? Is that why you didn't want him to have a happy ending?
I wanted him...
You projected your rabbi onto the Ice King?
I originally wanted him to be stuck as the Ice King forever, but I thought that if you have to cure him at a unimaginable cost is a good compromise. I mean, they establish that if someone gets sacrificed to Glob, then they do not enter the afterlife. They are just gone forever. He will never see Betty again. He can live forever and he'll never see her again. He can die and he'll never see her again. And that is so sad. But that's the choice Betty made to save Simon.
Because Pendleton Ward hates the white man.
What? No, it's because sad things are beautiful.
Yeah, sad things can be beautiful. Codename Kids Next Door, that was beautiful. That was sad. Pendleton Ward is just another self-loathing white man.
Hold on. How was KND sad? I never saw the end. Was it the end? Did they all age out of it?
The ending is Nigel Uno goes off to join the Galactic Kids Next Door, and he says goodbye. It is actually really funny. The final movie. I think you would enjoy it, but that's also because that cartoon was made in an age of like they built cartoons to be to be enjoyed by kids and adults alike. It's actually really funny because they have a bunch of live action adults acting as the A&D members when they're grown up.
I never knew there was a. I never knew they finished the series with a movie or anything like that.
Yeah, it wasn't like a theatrical release. It was just another TV movie like they've been doing.
The initial turn... Oh, you go ahead.
Like, the season 1 finale of KND, because it used to be common where they would end season 1 on a conclusion where they could easily continue it, but it would be a really dramatic conclusion to where if they weren't picked up again, it would be good. The ending of the season 1 finale does always make me sad. It's always made me sad since I was a kid.
I don't even remember it.
Kids Next Door left a big impact on me as a kid, but I've never felt the need to revisit as an adult. The only times I've seen it as an adult are in my cartoon group live streams, where every week they play a movie and they play a few different episodes of a random show, and sometimes they pick Kids Next Door. I
A&E
am
lied to me about what Asians are like. Asian women are not whimsical and goofy and all lovey-dovey. Most of them are monsters, and you gotta be really careful.
I'm very nostalgic, but I'm also very snobby when it comes to cartoons. And I have this I don't think it's archived anywhere, but I had a very heated debate with Taylor. Is it pronounced Taylor or Taylor? Taylor?
Taylor.
I got very heated about cartoons, and I kept using the phrase writer shit because I cannot think of anything else to describe cartoons where only the writing matters. The whole point of working in the medium of animation is to do visual things, and I hate that so many. The reason why I talk more about kids' cartoons than adult cartoons is most adult cartoons are just people sitting around talking. Kids' cartoons, that's still a lot of them, but not all of them. It's easier to find something like SpongeBob or Adventure Time in the world of kids' cartoons than the world of adult cartoons, because every adult cartoon is just trying to be
if
the
the
Simpsons.
if the Newgrounds breakthrough keeps occurring, then we should be getting like some really good shit.
Oh, absolutely. I hope that Smiling Friends leads to a new wave of adult animation that's visually appealing.
Me too, and I hope that they let Aaron McGruger retake his own show and make the Boondocks like he wanted to. Because he wanted to work on season 4, but they wouldn't let him because he was quote unquote too controversial. Because you know that he would have just made fun of BLM for being the con artists that they are.
According to the leaks, there was a plan to do an arc where Uncle Ruckus becomes a dictator and he's modeled after Trump. So I think he was willing to play ball. I don't know why the planned reboot fell through.
Well, I do know that the voice actor for Granddad died. But no, he died before season 4, so it's just a case of like height of social justice crap, and the new Cartoon Network CEO just being a flimsy cuckold who needs to be fired.
Yeah,
like replacing Fridays with Fried Dynamite. Holy shit! And then having a Tosh.0 rip off Bobby Says. I don't care about that bald black kid. Get him off my screen. I want to watch some cartoons.
By the time Bobby Says was on, I'd stopped watching it on TV and I was just pirating stuff.
I've never even heard of that. I stopped watching TV like 11, 12 years ago. So
yeah, I never revisited K&D.
Bobby Says was before that time, but it was a really shitty show.
I never revisited K&D because it seemed very writery.
Yeah, because you're a fucking amateur who clearly wants to suck off Pendleton Ward. You want to circle jerk to Pendleton Ward, and you want to get cucked by lesbians. Just admit it, Aryeh.
See, I know you're messing with me because you actually understood my point when you brought up Newgrounds animators. When you brought up Newgrounds, that's when I got you understood what I was talking about. So you don't actually disagree with me here. You're just messing with.
Well, yeah, Aryeh, we're in a debate. We have to be mad at each other.
I don't get mad at people easily. I'm just having fun. We're hanging out and having fun. We're number one. I'm a dude.
I didn't
He's a dude.
even know
We're all dudes. I'm a dude. He's a dude. We're a dude. They're all dudes. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I have a question. All right. Old school Cartoon Network or old school Nickelodeon?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Old school Cartoon Network easily.
How old school we talking?
Like before 2010 for both of them.
Okay, before 2010 for both of them, then yeah, Cartoon Network.
And
so,
why?
My reason is that Nickelodeon had fairly few shows that felt like they were just made for the people making them without consideration into what kids would like. Whereas that was like a recurring thing on Cartoon Network. There's an interview, one of the older producers from the network. I don't remember her name, but she says we didn't think of ourselves as having a demographic. We had a psychographic. So I can name a number of shows on Cartoon Network that felt like they were just made for the people that were making them, like Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken. Johnny Bravo especially does not feel like it was made with any concern for what the kids watching would think. Like, it does not feel like a show that's made for kids. I mean that in the best way. Like, it's kind of this.
Fucked up Robot Jones when they got rid of the robot voice. I fucking hated it.
Whoever owned the robot voice apparently threatened a lawsuit.
They just used a text to speech from an old Mac computer.
Come to think of it, I don't know if I read this in an official source. It might be one of those things I just saw on 4chan and believed without, and like, because that happens sometimes. But I don't know. But I know they redubbed season 1 with the new voice, and there's no good reason to do that unless there's like a legal threat.
Whatever happened?
It was PC culture because the voice actor was a black kid, and it was just a case of
The voice actor wasn't a black kid yet, though. When they recast.
Yes.
Wait, so which show were you talking about specifically?
Robot Jones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cartoon Network.
Wait, so that was voiced by a person? I thought it was just the computer.
It started as the computer, but for some reason, some executive said, no, you need a real person to voice this character.
Yeah, I just confirmed. Apparently, some executive did not like the way it sounded.
That's stupid.
Some balding old loser whose wife is getting plowed by 1 million black men did not like the voice, so he got a little black boy to replace the voice of the computer for the robot, and then the show just
someone
tanked.
in chat.
What's that?
Am I allowed to argue with someone in chat?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Flock Forster says Pendleton Ward gave Adventure Time to Rebecca Sugar, and the plotline suddenly became how the main character is evil or has a traumatic past instead of hero fighting a monster.
See?
First off, he did not.
All evil leads back to Rebecca Sugar.
First off, he did not give the show to Rebecca Sugar. When he stepped down as showrunner,
Inshallah, she will be caught for child molestation.
He gave it to Adam Muto. I wish he gave it to Rebecca Sugar, but he gave it to Adam Muto. Rebecca Sugar, she decided to go make her own show, which is better for her career, but not as good for me because me personally, I think the best stuff she ever did was during her time on Adventure Time. Second, yes,
Steven Universe did get fucked after the first season because then she was like, okay, cool, we've baited all these weird adults who care about the characters being gay. So now we can just make it a bunch of fag shit and not make it about action and fighting and cool stuff. We're gonna somehow paint the lesbian space moms as the good guys when they abandon Steven and make him transform into Captain Columbine from all the pent-up wrath he has. Because they just used him like a tool and ditched him.
Was that a real character in the show, Captain Columbine?
Like most lesbian moms do.
So,
who is Captain Columbine voiced by?
I think it was just a distorted Steven Universe voice. Now, my alter ego is Captain Columbine. I am a bully's worst nightmare.
I don't know the lore behind Captain Columbine.
Oh, I know the lore. Because I am the lore. Unrelated, I'll never forget this fucking basic 90s bitch teacher that I had in 10th grade. Mrs. fucking Gross.
So
I shit you not, that was her name. She went on this whole spiel about Captain Columbine, but she wouldn't let me do anything fun in class anytime I slightly spoke out. She would always treat me like a retard, which made the bullying much, much worse. And I just sat there in my class thinking, you know what, bitch? You're the reason Columbine happened. People like you caused Columbine. Wasn't for no fucking reason.
You'll get sent to the principal's office for that?
I thought in my head, they don't have mind reading devices in school. I've been sent to the principal's office plenty of times.
Oh,
'Cause
you
that
didn't say
whole
it out loud? You're a pussy.
nah, I audibly laughed when she was crying about having to move to North Carolina.
I don't actually think you're a pussy. I'm just trying to be mean.
I know, Aryeh.
That defeats the
But
purpose
you're
when you
Jewish,
explain it,
so
Arya.
calling me a pussy is just very silly of you.
All right, so we're making good conversation about cartoons. I wanna stay on it for a little bit longer before we try something else out. But
when
but
when
yeah,
after the big success of Adventure Time and to a lesser extent My Little
Yeah,
Pony,
big success by a bunch of fucking man children.
there was a turn in the 2000s towards making stuff specifically for man children instead of making it for kids or general audiences. The problem is most of that stuff sucked, and now they're going back to making stuff specifically for little kids, but that stuff also sucks. Like there's the only thing on kids TV I'm interested in now is SpongeBob, which is still running and still obviously not as good as it was during its golden years, but still very good. Um, Other than that, it's just Smiling Friends, and anything Gendy does. Anything Gendy does, I'm interested in.
and
But I
and
don't think the industry is in a very good place right now.
speaking of older cartoons like SpongeBob, I want to know, what do you guys think the best cartoon of any era happens to be?
Ren and
That's a
Stimpy.
good question. I guess if we're going by any era, probably Looney Tunes.
All right, and of
Fuck.
course,
See,
why? Of course, why?
Looney Tunes is the answer I'd give if I was objective. But I'm a subjective person with subjective taste, and so my answer is Ren and Stimpy. On objective level, I agree with Jimmy. Looney Tunes is like Mozart. It is the technically, objectively, it is the pinnacle of the medium of the animated cartoon. But I'm just saying, in terms of my personal preference, I think the best ever was Ren and Stimpy. But that's because
Looney
it's more
Tunes was
me.
not bound by morals, reality, or even a central character. They were just kind of cycle through different ones. And they just focus on being funny and entertaining, and to the point where the jokes still hold up today.
Yeah, they were just had a group of talented animators and threw money at them. Like the I don't remember the exact
And they're
numbers,
even like the
but
one-off Looney Tunes, like Black Snow White.
Coal Black and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Or
So
Scrub
it's
Me
one
Mama with
froggy
a Boogie
evening.
Beat.
I'm
Like,
not
Looney
gonna.
Tunes made music videos before MTV did.
That's actually how it started. It was the Merry Melodies series, and the idea was to promote Warner Brothers' music catalog by making cartoons centered around their songs. The original idea was that Merry Melodies would be stuff that's promote their library, and Looney Tunes would be other stuff. But over time, the two series just kind of merged. I
Imagine if Looney Tunes was still going by the time the Flaming Lips released What Is the Light. That would have been an amazing Looney Tunes episode. But they lost the plot and forgot what made Looney Tunes good, like all the different reboots they do.
Yeah,
Well,
those things were
admittedly, I
always
liked
weird.
the Looney Tunes movie when I was a kid. Or I guess when we were kids, I liked that one.
wait, which
But
movie?
the one with the blue monkey, and like it's
Oh,
just
Back in Action.
yeah.
I also love Back in Action, but Joe Dante refuses to even talk about it because it was such a nightmare for him.
I never
Like he
saw
did,
that. I used to watch Tiny Toons though. I was a pretty big fan of Tiny Toons growing up.
Believe it or not, Tiny Toons wasn't it wasn't Looney Tunes. Whoever made the Warner Brothers cartoon, he also made Tiny Toons. So
Tom Ruger.
yeah, because he worked for Warner Brothers, he could they let him take some liberties to make it look like okay, this character's essentially Tiny Toons would be a Chinese, like all the characters are Chinese knockoffs of their Looney Tunes counterparts.
Looney Tune.
But they couldn't say, oh yeah, this is just like a little Bugs Bunny, a little Lola Bunny, a little Daffy Duck. Like I think the duck's name is Plucky.
Lola didn't exist yet. Space Jam didn't exist yet.
Oh, that is a good point. Space Jam was what, the 90s?
Yes.
Well, so was Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toons was greenlit at like the very end of the 80s.
It was?
It was right after Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And Spielberg became interested in funding more animated stuff in the vein of the Golden Age.
Yeah, and that was around the time they started molesting the child actor from Poltergeist and then killed her.
So a true successor to Looney Tunes wouldn't even be Looney Tunes. It would be a animation program at a studio it's animated entirely in America, in LA. I guess it doesn't even have to be
LA needs to be purged before.
Fine, but all in one physical location, and each 7 minutes would be budgeted akin to 7 minutes of a actual feature film. Each minute of an animated short should be treated as if it's a minute of a real feature film with a real budget. Yes. That's what would be akin to Looney Tunes. Instead of what Looney Tunes reboots are is just, let's bring back the characters and do something new with them. And fine, but it's not the same thing as a real successor. The closest thing to a successor right now that I'm aware of in the West might be, and this is such a weird out-of-pocket comparison, but Glitch. Glitch is like they just find random creators, let them do whatever. They actually have animators that all speak the same language. They're not all physically located in the same place, but they speak the same language, which is very important because that's the only way the director can actually direct the animators. That's
that one Dexter's Lab episode where like they would send everything off to Korea to be made into a feature film or like an episode, and they left in one error where for some reason during the Chubby's Pizza,
where what happened was
Pizza, like they fly towards the sign instead of just cheering.
What happened was the note on the storyboard was everyone takes off. Now that can mean everyone gets up and leaves, or it can mean everyone blasts off like a rocket. Somewhere in translation, the Korean animator working on that scene thought it said everyone takes off like a rocket, and it drew them flying into the logo. And part of the reason
Rebecca Sugar has an unwashed pussy. I bet that bitch thinks it's empowering to have pussy smegma.
I will say this about Rebecca Sugar. I'm a bad boy. When her house got doxxed, I did look up what neighborhood it was in, and to my surprise, she lives in a majority Hispanic neighborhood. Any liberal who lives in a majority Hispanic neighborhood gets mad respect from me because they're actually living by their principles. I like Rebecca Sugar because I think she's
Hispanics are easy to live with.
Yeah, I think she's a real leftist and not one of those.
Until they realize that she's a child groomer, then they'll beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah. And it depends on what kind of neighborhood though, because like when it comes to Hispanics, you have a wide range of like.
Yeah, like we don't fuck with Nicaraguans. We don't fuck with
Dominicans.
Well, the Bolivians will fucking kill me on sight because I'm Chilean. Dominicans can be a bit rowdy and silly, but they are better than Haitians, admittedly. So there's that mutual bond of like, hey, we both don't like Haitians.
Yeah, Brazilians don't really cause much trouble either. I'd live in a Brazilian neighborhood. But believe it or not, in Brazil they cause a ton of trouble, but they come to America and they're actually pretty pretty
Well,
normal
yeah.
people for the most part.
Well, yeah, because we're not accepting all the criminals from Brazil. The last administration decided to accept all the criminals from China and the Middle fucking East. It's like most of Europe.
You know what? That's
Like, look
a
at
good
Michigan
place
right
to.
now.
That's a
Look
good
at
place.
Michigan right now. We need a Spanish Inquisition in Michigan to get rid of all the Muslims.
That's a good place to pivot to. All right, now, I'm not opposed to talking politics. All right, but I don't want to get too crazy with the politics. I have a question. Would you guys rather be invaded by Chinese or Latin American immigrants, and why?
Probably Latin American because most of them would come here and with the idea of like, yeah, I like the United States better. I don't have to pay the cops a fortune to not shoot me on the side of the road, and I can go down your highways without being murdered. The Chinese are just 9 times out of 10 guaranteed spies for the CCP because China, especially modern day China, does not let you travel outside of China unless you are working for the CCP. I do have to pee. You guys can go ahead and talk.
My
but I must pee.
understanding. Okay, I'll let you pee.
All right, what?
I had a response to him.
Okay,
He's leaving.
if you wanna save the response for when he gets back, that's fine. We can do that. Other than that, I'm trying.
Someone
No, go ahead.
someone invited me to debate on another stream tomorrow about immigration, and I said yes, just because the person who I'm debating against has so many more followers than me. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get my ass kicked in every conceivable manner.
That's all right. Debates are fucking stupid anyway. You know, you can ask people who've watched me. I've debated Vegan Gains and Jay Dyer, and both times I didn't take it seriously at all because it's like, who gives a shit, you know? Fucking. If you're trying to be a debate bro, it's like I understand, but you know, if you just go on there, you have fun. I'm sure there's gonna be somebody who's like, oh, I see, he doesn't care that much. He's just having a good time.
I like debate broing. I do consider myself a debate bro, but I'm not like a debate bro in the sense that I can actually entertain people with my good debating skills. I just enjoy debating, which is different.
Oh yeah, I mean, I used to debate people back in the day, you know, every now and again, but like, fucking, I realized that it was just pointless and stupid, and that's why I don't take it serious. So if somebody asks me to debate and I think it's gonna be a fun time, I'll do it. Or like in the case of Jay Dyer, he was doing something that he shouldn't have been doing, and I called him out on it, and then he was like, you want to come on my show and debate about it?" And I was like, "Fucking no." But then he like tried to talk me into it, and I was like, "Fine, I'll go on there and I'll talk to you a little bit," you know. But
The thing about
overall, it's like, what's that?
live debates are never actually about finding the truth.
Oh
If you
yeah.
were actually interested in finding the truth, you would do your debate in writing, and you would do and like each response, you would have as much time to play out your thoughts and do research and blah blah blah. But live debates are about clashing personalities. They're seldom ever about the actual subject being debated.
Well, just as I told people who wanted me to debate Destiny, if we're going to go into like the professional, the quote unquote art of debate, it's not even about who is factually correct. It is whoever appears more correct than the other.
Yes.
And it's just some retarded gay shit. Like, I didn't see any fucking issue with what John Tron said during his debate with Destiny at all, but everyone fucking clutched their pearls over it.
Yeah, and it's
I
because
thought he got a lot of.
Destiny's one of those guys who's like, no, I like to debate. And the thing is, Destiny isn't even a good debater. He's just like, he just talks fast. That's it. Other than that, he's just
That's
like,
the same thing. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Destiny is the Ben Shapiro of non-Jews.
he's the Ben Shapiro of the left, you know. Bug him.
Ben Shapiro, I consider very much on the left. I find him to be just more so a grifter. I mean, you just look at half the shit he talks about. he's kind of like Tim Pool in a way, where like Tim Pool's like, whoa, why are you making all these silly memes about deporting violent illegal immigrants who committed crimes against kids?
I mean,
That's
I don't know
really
what Ben
fucked up.
Shapiro believes in his heart of hearts, but as far as his public positions, he's definitely right wing.
Ben Shapiro, Ben Shapiro's mad because he can't pleasure his wife. That's kind of like his main character arc is. I'm not even lying either. He has tweeted about like being mad at like doctors just saying, well, listen, if you want your marriage to do better, just like try to get better at pleasing your wife.
Yeah.
It's just like what you like this woman who you've already had kids with, like she's clearly willing to just like lay there and let you figure out like what really turns her on and drives her wild. Like you can't even do that.
The female orgasm is made up. There's no evidence for it ever, anywhere, under any circumstances. You cannot show me evidence that the female orgasm exists.
The evidence is on my balls every time I fuck a bitch. Because let me tell you, I leave satisfied customers.
I'm going to write something in the text chat, and then Scott, I want you to read it in your Ben Shapiro voice.
Okay. Oh, the typing's making me. The typing's the anticipation's killing me. What's it gonna be?
He has a very loud keyboard. I'm curious if it's like an old model.
And a very long sentence.
Oh, he does this every time we play Toontown together.
Okay. Not to put a finer point on it, but suppose hypothetically that I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Would you not be obliged to make a little birdhouse in your soul?
Oh, so this is about Israel.
No, I just always wanted to see.
This is about Jewish men wanting
Shapiro.
to
I always wanted to
white
see,
women.
I just always wanted to see Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro, like say that exact phrase. It's from the "They Might Be Giants" song, "Birdhouse in Your Soul."
I haven't heard that song by They Might Be Giants. I am happy that they're touring and doing their adult songs again. Like, I mean, fuck, if they're near me, I'll go fucking see They Might Be Giants. I hope that they play Dr. Worm.
Oh God, yes, Dr. Worm is one of my favorite songs.
Same here.
Oh my God.
Also on a last point, because I did forget to answer Scott's question. So the reason why not Nickelodeon instead of Cartoon Network for pre-2010, Nickelodeon just had way too many live action shows that weren't really all that entertaining. And tanked like a few years before Cartoon Network began to really tank. So that's why I say Cartoon Network. That and even some of their animated shows were massive flops, like Yakety Yak and a few others. They just
actually, Yakety Yak wasn't produced by Nickelodeon. It was a foreign import. All the foreign imports are terrible, except for Augie and the Cockroaches.
And then for some odd reason, well, both of them did around the same time, but I remember they started like taking shows from Foxbox and trying to claim like, oh yeah, this is our own new show, like the Cramp Twins. Totally Spies was originally Foxbox. I remember that much. Winx. Fuck, I'm trying to think.
Oh, right. I wanted to tell you, don't most people in China work for the Chinese government because they're a quote-unquote communist country and so they control all the corporations?
Yes.
It doesn't mean they actually have loyalty to the government. It just means they have to work for them. It's not.
Well, the ones who sneak in here illegally and don't just come here by boat and immediately say, "Hey, listen, I'll tell you everything. I'll let you do a background check. I'm a refugee from China." That's what they did back in the day. There's a way to come. There's a way to come in where you can tell, okay, this person's legit. If it's a Chinese person coming in under the cover of darkness, and then immediately putting themselves into high position jobs, etc., or fucking one of our politicians, that's most clearly a spy.
So Aryeh,
especially the ones who push social justice crap and insist, oh yeah, by the way, communism's really good. We should all vote for this fucking communist Indian in New York City to be the next mayor.
So Arya, can I assume that you're in the pro Chinese immigrant camp?
I am pro high skilled immigrant, regardless of where they come from.
They're not high skilled immigrants.
High skilled immigrants will
High
disproportionately be
skilled
from
immigrants do
China
not
and
get
India.
picked by a lottery system.
I do not support the lottery system.
Yeah, well, guess what, Aryeh? All these H-1B fucking immigrants, all these doo-doo street shitter, like both the Chinese and the Indians fucking do this, by the way. They, like, the Chinese government has to give pamphlets to their people to say, don't shit and piss everywhere, because we don't have toilets here in China, in most parts of China. But, yeah, they are all picked by a lottery system. They are not high-skilled. It is solely to cheapen our labor and cut people like you and me out of like any job. Like for fuck's sake, they have H-1B pickleball coaches. Like, are you fucking shitting me?
Well, it sounds like we should take in fewer H-1Bs.
Yes. And in fact, especially from India and China, we should take in none. We need to start employing
wouldn't say
American
that.
people. We need to start employing American people
I
first.
disagree.
I'll tell you this much.
I disagree.
There's a lot of talented coders and shit like that in tech who, as we speak, are just working on really niche sites, not like fucked up sites, but like really niche sites for graphics, etc., 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 who be hired by American companies at a low level job, learn, hone their skills, and climb up the fucking ranks. And also guarantee that American people get paid more and that they don't have to compete with people who take minimum wage or below for really difficult tasks. Same thing with the meat packing plants and the vegetable packing plants. That's why they get illegal immigrants from Mexico.
I want smart people to be able to come to America. I want us
then
to
you don't want H-1Bs. You want, like, they, believe me, a corporation will fucking headhunt the fuck out of the smartest of the smart in the world, and they will pay for them like full price to get like the maximum working visa they can get and offer them a sweet deal. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. But this whole mass immigration crap and the argument they make of like, oh yeah, it's the best and brightest, that's a lie. That's a fucking lie.
It's possible that I don't understand what an H-1B visa is.
An H-1B visa is just a more legal way. Essentially, they bring them here just to pay them like minimum wage and jack shit. And especially in India, where it's hopelessly corrupt, and their caste system allows for the upper caste to just lie about their qualifications and get fake documents easily, and even not be fucking arrested for pretty serious crimes. That's why there's
an easy way around this. There's an easy way around the issue of people faking their qualifications.
Yeah, stop importing Indians to take our jobs.
I wasn't going to say that. I want to see if I can lead you there. So, college degrees are really a proxy because it's illegal to hire people using.
I don't know what.
IQ tests. I'm saying we just make it okay for the government to issue IQ tests to potential immigrants. We make it legal.
Honestly, I am down for government issued IQ tests, especially for immigrants.
Yeah,
well,
I only mean
for immigrants.
They should be tested to see if they even belong here in the first place. If you like,
yeah,
if you have a sub 100 IQ, I'm sorry, I don't want you anywhere near my country.
Yeah, we already have like 80 IQ and below. Well, no, what is it? Like, yeah, they lowered the IQ range for mental retardation from 80 to 60 because most of the black community had like were in the 60s range.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that we mistreat anyone here who is low IQ. I'm just saying since if we're talking about immigrants, we should get to be selective. And if we're selective, why not?
We should display the IQ of every politician and media reporter underneath their names whenever they fucking talk, so that way the people watching understand, okay, this person's really that fucking stupid.
We should tattoo it on their forehead if they have it low enough.
No, God, no.
If they are rich and powerful, but they do have that low of an IQ, I'm fully in for it.
No, I disavow.
Tattoo the DuPont's foreheads,
I
tattoo the
disavow.
Rockefeller's foreheads, tattoo oh yeah, you're good at this. Who are some rich Wall Street families? Because we need to tattoo their foreheads with their IQs, because they clearly they did not build themselves up. They just inherited mommy and daddy's fortune, and they're just using it to fuck up our country while making money, which isn't that hard to do. I mean, for God's sake, I could just go around stabbing people to death and just stealing their money. I would make a lot of money. The Coen brothers? Yeah.
Coke. I said Coke.
The Koch brothers? Yeah. The Koch brothers. Tattoo their IQs on their forehead. Because Coke is the #1 plastic pollutant in the world. Yet they're part of the WEF and whatnot to fight quote-unquote global warming. Which is, if anything, is just caused by a fuck ton of third world countries.
Is global warming real or not?
It's a natural cycle. They found out that I can't remember the type of freon we used to use. It was this really raw type that burned a complete hole in the ozone layer, so all our heat was escaping. And then that hole's closed up, so naturally the world's going to get a bit warmer. Things were hotter in the 1940s than they are now, so
I think it's probably real, but I don't feel qualified to discuss it.
If these motherfuckers really believed it was real, we would not be getting our shit made in third world countries where they have no environmental laws, and the entire Western world would be forcibly cleaning India.
Well, we have competing interests. People want their cheap goods, and they're going to
these people want to enslave us, Aryeh. Why do you think they're trying to target the food supply, insisting, oh yeah, farmers actually are the #1 contributors to global warming, so we gotta get rid of all the farms, we gotta get rid of all the people who raise cattle. Yeah, we just gotta get rid of them, we gotta shut them down. We're gonna manufacture a famine, just like the Jews did in Ukraine.
Wait. The Jews manufactured a famine in Ukraine?
Well, the Jews keep claiming that Trotsky and Lenin were Jewish and that they never targeted Jews. Which is, of course, a lie. It's because they don't want to admit that the Talmud is wrong when it says a Jew will never harm another Jew. But, yeah, the Soviets, Trotsky, saw all the freed slaves in Ukraine just setting up their own farm stands and saying, no, we don't want to be part of the Bolsheviks. So they manufactured a famine and starved millions and millions of people. We really should have gone after the Soviets after we beat the Nazis. In fact, when Himmler offered to surrender in exchange for helping Germany kill the Soviets, we should have done that.
The Enigma 1024 says Aryeh did what in Ukraine?
I mean, I'm aware of the Holodomor War. Was not aware that any of the people responsible were believed to be Jewish. I don't think Lenin's Jewish.
So this goes back into the fact that the Talmud and a lot of secular Jews keep insisting that Judaism is a race, when in reality it hasn't been a race since the time of Emperor Hadrian, and if you are to consider Jews a race, they are a race of Habsburgs.
I would consider Jews a race because I do not believe there is a meaningful difference between race and ethnicity.
Okay, well then they are a race of Habsburgs.
What is a Habsburg?
Just Google the Habsburg family. They are a race of Habsburgs where instead of the chin, it's the nose. And for some reason, like, they will always, like, cut out whenever Jews did horrible shit. Like, for fuck's sake, the Jews accepted George Soros even though his whole family willingly worked for the Nazis.
I don't think you can judge people for what they did during that time. They had to do what they had to do to survive.
Aryeh, George Soros had an ID that just said he wasn't Jewish. He could have picked any job he wanted. He could have worked in an ammunition factory. He chose to be the guy to, like, rat out other Jews and then seize all their assets.
Okay, if this is true, then that's very bad. I have not done a lot of reading on this. This is kind of the problem with me debating. I don't actually know that much or read that much. I just like arguing. And that's going to be a problem if I do more debates.
You'll get better at it, Aryeh. You just have to dive down the schizo rabbit hole and not get too demoralized.
Yeah, you have to.
And also go down the right paths.
You have to speak with authority too, even when you're not. You have to like even if you're making up a fucking lie, you have to say it like you're a professor of like that topic.
I'm blue, bada bee, bada ba. Bada bee, bada ba.
Yes.
Any disagreements?
I don't even know what to pivot to right now. I'll be honest with you guys. Fucking, do you guys have anything you want to argue about? Any?
Yeah, actually, I do. Let me just get it ready because this is going to be a very big point about what I just.
Hold on. Is it related to Jews?
Yes.
All right. Aryeh, are you up for it, or would you rather shift the conversation? Okay. All right. We have
okay,
permission.
Sweet. Let me get my exhibit ready.
Oh man, he just walked off. He's going.
Maybe he has a copy of the Talmud.
Knowing Jimmy, that would not be a surprise in the slightest. I'm fully prepared for him to come back with a copy of the Talmud or like a yarmulke or like some Shylocks or something. Either that, or he's gonna come back with like a hostage. Oh no, he's got a bowl. He's got a bowl.
Yes, this is quite delicious. So I just brought this nice bowl of spinach. Reflects the fact that Jews can't eat spinach. Jews are not allowed to eat spinach at all.
Why not?
Well, you see, when the Jews betrayed God by sacrificing his own son, Jesus Christ, God said, "That's it. Y'all motherfuckers have gone too far. I'm taking away your ability to eat spinach." That's why Jews fear Popeye. And if you don't believe me, Aryeh, go get a bowl of spinach right now and munch along with me. But you're not going to find any spinach, because Jews are not allowed to eat spinach.
I do eat spinach, but I don't eat it on its own. I eat it like with pasta.
Pasta.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
Well, hold on. Pasta and spinach. Are you mixing the two together?
Yeah.
Why?
It tastes good.
Does it?
Because he's Jewish and he's not allowed to eat spinach. He's trying to cheat God again.
It's one of those Talmudic.
If a Jew gets caught in a spotlight eating spinach, God smites them.
It's like the strings in Crown Heights in New York. You know.
Uh huh.
Oh man. All right.
I love this spinach.
I actually wanted to talk about Charlie Kirk, but I don't think it's going to produce any real disagreement. I think it's just going to produce a lot of whining on my part.
Yeah. Nah.
It might. I do think Israel had a part in it.
Why? Wait, why would Israel kill Charlie Kirk?
Because they've been funding both Antifa and quote-unquote conservatives like Ben Shapiro. and a lot of our shootings always happen in Discord, always get started in Discord, and the feds never investigate who gave the kid all these weapons or filled their head with these thoughts.
Wasn't it a
Not to
family
mention
gun?
That's what they claim, but it makes no sense because it's a pre-World War I gun. Yet somehow the bullet didn't even pierce Charlie Kirk's neck, so I suspect there are two shooters. Maybe the train chaser was the guy on the roof, but maybe he wasn't the guy who shot Charlie Kirk. Or maybe there's like another guy below him or some shit with a lesser caliber.
Okay, I don't know much about the details of the crime, but why would it be Israel? Why would Israel do this?
I mean, I could posit a guess as to why that might happen, but I'm not saying I believe in it 100%. For one thing, Charlie was starting to be called an anti-Semite because he was being critical of some of the things that Israel has done. And before it got too bad, it might make a little bit of sense as to where they're like, okay, he seems like he might turn on us. Why don't we just have him killed? That way he's a martyr for the cause. He hasn't said anything too major.
This is assuming two things. The first, that Charlie Kirk is influential and can change people's minds. The second is that he has opinions of his own and doesn't just try to meet the Republican base wherever they are. And my impression is that he was not influential, and he did indeed just try to meet the Republican base wherever they are. He was coming over.
He was getting a lot of money from Zionists and whatnot. He began to reject those donations because he realized, oh wait, yeah, the USS Liberty did happen the way that people say it happened, where Israel just tried to drag the United States into a war via a false flag attack. Oh yeah, that is weird that clearly explosives were planted in the Twin Towers. And that we had dancing Mossad agents cheering as the towers fell.
Those guys just sound like they were crazy.
The dancing Israelis?
Yeah, they're just some crazy guys.
But how the fuck did they know?
I bet you would believe.
How the fuck did they know they had to film the Twin Towers?
Lots of people go to the Twin Towers every day. It was a big tourist site. I'm sure there were lots of people filming it every day.
But how many people danced at the Twin Towers?
I would have danced. I like dancing.
Here, folks. Aryeh Sheckelstein says that he will have danced as the towers fell. I'm gonna go get some more spinach to flex on you. This is actually really good spinach.
So, the way I remember Charlie Kirk is, he's not going to hear this, but the way I remember Charlie Kirk is that his business model was he would use marketing techniques to convince boomers that he was popular with the young people, even though he wasn't popular with the young people. He would get donor money this way. And then Turning Point USA became part of the duopoly on college campuses with Young Americans for Liberty. Because when Antifa was shutting down campus speaking events, these two groups would say, "Hey, we'll help pay for security if you go with one of our speakers." So they became the only game as far as speaking events on campuses go. And I hadn't really thought about Charlie Kirk since graduating college until that South Park episode aired. I was like, what? What the hell? Why are they doing this about Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk's not relevant. And then like 2 weeks later, he gets murdered. So I'm thinking maybe I missed a step, because to me, the last time I really thought about Charlie Kirk was during the Groyper Wars, which is right before my college classes went digital, which is also right before COVID, right before I stopped talking to you, right before a lot of things happened. But yeah, I don't know why Charlie Kirk was suddenly relevant enough for a South Park episode. I don't know why he's relevant enough to get murdered. I don't know. It's like, did I miss a step in Charlie Kirk's career? Was stuff happening that I wasn't paying attention to?
I mean, I would guess it's a couple of things. For one thing, like college is a bubble. Um, like I never went to college. I just started working right away. But like what I've seen from college people, what I've seen from people that I know who went to college, it was like it was like its own pocket dimension. Just like the things that they would talk about, the things that they would do and say, and the stories that they would have and stuff like that. It was just like I'm sitting here like where the fuck would anyone even be able to do any of this stuff? Um, and I've been on college campuses once or twice, and like I've been inside a building, and I noticed like the bulletin board that they have, and it's like ice cream social type shit, and
Sorry
like
for taking so long. I was just admiring these new gains I got in the mirror from eating that spinach. Just thanking God that I'm not a Jew, since Jews can't eat spinach.
oh man, but
Continue what you were saying, Scott.
yeah, like so maybe the influence was maybe the influence passed us by because a lot of these people were coming from high schools where like they were indoctrinated by their teachers and they figured out, oh wait, no, like there is like being right wing per se is not like terrible. So maybe it's one of those things where it's like these people who are in this bubble, they gave a fuck. And then the other piece is that like it's one of those things. His haters made him famous. Is the other thing that I think it is, where like you have a lot of people on the left who they don't differentiate. You could be Richard Spencer, you could be Charlie Kirk, you could be David Duke. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Ted Cruz to them is the exact same as fucking Mitt Romney to them is the exact same as like David Duke. You know. So
Well, to be fair, I hate Mitt Romney too, but that's because he's a Mormon who took bribes from the Utah programs.
I
Yes,
wish Mitt
yes.
Romney won in 2012. It would have set us on path to a better timeline.
It would have just been the same thing as Big Cock Mama, only with a subhuman Mormon in charge.
No, I think Mitt Romney was a pretty sensible guy.
No, he's not. He supports child Auschwitz.
But yeah, that's
Aryeh,
like,
is it true that you just simp for Mitt Romney because he was the first person to give you a blowjob?
No,
What?
I simp for him because
Aryeh, you show me the gay porno you have with Mitt Romney.
you promised not to talk about it.
Yeah, now listen, Aryeh, I'm going to be very honest. I am very surprised and, must I say, proud of you, despite being Jewish, for having that just absolute baloney stick, that absolute Italian deli baloney stick for a penis. Because you really made Mitt Romney choke.
What's the point if I never get to use it?
Aryeh, you will. Just stick with me. I promise you we will find you a wife, because I'm trying to find a wife. And although I have found many, many, many nice women, I struggle financially to be able to say, okay, we can get married, and then we can have a bunch of kids, and we can live in this house together.
I just noticed that one of my friends took on the tag of another one of my friends' Discord servers, which means he abandoned the tag for my Discord server. I feel like I should end the call right now and call him names. I'm not gonna do that.
No. Just call him names on stream.
It's a betrayal. Bradley, you've betrayed me.
Yeah, Bradley, you're gonna get a Jewish spanking.
Yes, you are.
But that's not as bad as a spanking for me, because I ate my spinach.
Anyway,
I'm eating spinach.
what Scott was saying is that he thinks maybe Charlie Kirk is still relevant in the campus sphere, and I wouldn't know that because I've been outside that sphere for over 5 years.
Oh, they've ballooned to like a bajillion and one. Although Ben Shapiro, of course, conveniently took over Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA.
Wait,
He got assassinated. Yeah, Ben
I thought his
Shapiro
wife
took
was
over.
taking over.
Yeah, it was supposed to be his wife.
That's even worse somehow.
And my impression of Turning Point as an organization was very negative before this assassination. It used to be more positive. Because when I first became acquainted with Turning Point, they were a small L libertarian organization. They were just about free markets, gun rights, free speech, that sort of thing. But then Trump got elected, and they moved towards being about Trumpism specifically, and that's not what they originally were. The Groyper Wars, even though I was a part of Turning Point at that time, I found them very entertaining because it kind of exposed just how bad a debater Charlie Kirk is, how phony these talking points are. Like, he's trying to represent the real America and be the real patriot. You guys are, no, that shouldn't be your thing. Your thing should be free markets, capitalism, blah 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 blah. Like, you shouldn't even be debating identity issues. That shouldn't be relevant here. But
Yeah, notice how Charlie Kirk also never said, hey, yeah, we should bust up all these Wall Street monopolies and monopolies in general and scatter them to the fucking wind, and any company based in America that does not have all their production here in the States, we're just going to surrender your patents and make them public domain. So that way, whoever builds the best version of whatever bullshit shoes you made, yeah, it looks like they're going to make all the money that you want to make. Like, imagine owning a pair of Air Jordans that don't break after walking through the woods a few times. Like, holy shit, that'd be amazing.
I don't think Jordans are for walking through the woods, though. I think they're for basketball.
A shoe is a shoe. You should be able to fucking walk in
speaking of
it.
shoes, I have a question. This is entirely unrelated, but I want to see what you guys think. When I lived in New York for 18 months, I lived in
You
the
shit in
poor...
your shoes?
No, but you're close. I lived in the poorest part of New York, which was still outrageously expensive, but it was the poorest part. People
The Bronx?
would shit on the sidewalk. Yes, the South Bronx. And people would shit on the sidewalk. Not even in the grass, just on the sidewalk. And I hated stepping in it. I hated cleaning it.
Everyone hates doing that, Aryeh. You rest assured that is not unique. Everyone hates stepping in poop of any kind.
No, you don't understand. I hated it.
Well, you
know
can
you lived
blame
in the Bronx,
AOC for
Aryeh.
that. You can blame
I hated
AOC.
it.
Maybe just throw some darts at her tits so that way the balloons deflate.
Now here's my question. What should I do to make... Are there any shoes that's very easy to clean feces off of?
No, not unless you find one of those scraper things. Just scrape your shoe off, or a puddle to jump in a bunch of times. Or better yet, just find whoever took the shit on the sidewalk, kick them in the balls, or taint. Either one works. And then just start scraping your shoe on them.
See, I'm thinking, I think that it's absurd how much shoes cost, like fancy fashion shoes, but I'd pay a lot for shoes that are very easy to clean and are marketed as very easy. Things just don't stick to them.
I didn't know you lived in the Bronx at one point, though, Aryeh. Are we going to see you in an Ice Spice video?
No, you're not.
Dude,
I was still living in the Bronx.
Ice.
I had just moved there when Fish Tank started, and I was too busy with my quote unquote classes to pay much attention. But I did film my season 2 audition, which got rejected from the Job Corps in the Bronx.
That would have been crazy if you got on, because I didn't know, nobody knew who got on. Like they released fake pictures So I would have walked in day 2 because I didn't even get to watch much of day 1 because the site was all fucked up.
Oh no, I remember because I was shitting myself like, oh fuck, the community better not figure out who I am. But they released half fake pictures, half real. If
Oh,
that
I
makes
see.
sense. Cole's was the only one. Cole doesn't. I still talk to Cole. Cole does not know who the fuck that picture is that's in his place.
I think they said they might have like gender swapped or something like that.
He says that it kind of looks like him as a kid, but also a girl. Uh, if I do know, just because I was autistically keeping up with updates even after I knew I got approved, just so that way I could stay ahead of the game. It does seem like they had the original cast. I know from talking to Taylor, like me and her seem to have been the earliest ones to be interviewed / approved. Uh, but it does seem that a lot of the original cast dropped out. Brian, of course, being an absolute last minute pick after Frank stupidly decided to brag to various fish tank communities and admit to being very close friends with some genuine scumbags.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that happened. I really like Brian. He's a cool guy. I'm glad he's
No,
doing
me
well for
too.
himself.
So
Because
Brian,
if Frank had shown up, it would have just been me and Shinji. Like, no one other than Shinji, no one else liked me from the start.
Oh man. Oh, is he typing again?
yes,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
in the
typing.
chat.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Someone
he's
claims
typing.
that the poorest part of New York is not actually the South Bronx. It's Brownsville. I've never heard of Brownsville.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
guess
probably
we're
don't
gonna
want to
go
go
to
there.
Brownsville. We're gonna go to Brownsville, and we're gonna take
Oh,
it
it's in
over.
Brooklyn. Brooklyn isn't poor.
Can be. I wish that Smashing Drive was real, so I could run over a bunch of communists in New York City.
I want to move
That's
back to New York City.
that's
I
a
don't
joke,
care
of
if it has a
course.
communist mayor. I just need to get a bag big enough. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah,
You're
we're
not
talking
gonna
about.
get your bag in New York City. There's no money to be made. It's all scam. Your best bet is to go to like the middle of fucking nowhere and start up a business that would actually benefit the locals and people within like a 1 or 2-ish mile
No,
radius.
the best thing to do is to become an internet grifter.
I guess you're gonna need some security. I know some real Italian players out in those parts, and yeah, they can kick some ass for you.
Some true guineas.
Also, someone in chat said I should wear boots. Boots are what I'm looking for. Are boots easy to clean?
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say that they're fairly easy to clean. Get yourself a pair of Timberlands, steel-toed, like I have. They'll last you for a while too. If you have someone who can replace the sole of the shoe, that's usually all that you'll need to do. Uh, just be careful with the laces, because they can snap. But yeah, get yourself a pair of Tims,
You should
steel-toed.
you should buy some Doc Martens and you should get red laces for them.
Nah, get yourself some steel toes. You can really
I'm
crack some
distracted
nuts and
by this
kick down doors.
conversation that's happening in the chat. I can't tell if Brad is someone who actually knew me like a decade ago, or if he just knows the code words from when I was in Fish Tank and he's using the code words to fuck with me.
You had code words too?
Well, I revealed them the moment they were used. Someone would make a reference to so when they make a reference to something from home, I'd go, "Oh, hey, I know who you are," and then other people would repeat messages with that code word.
Yes. Everyone gives me shit, but they can't deny I was a trailblazer with that shit.
Well,
I just
yeah.
wanted them so that way I knew like which TTS was real or fake.
No, I didn't give people code words. I gave one friend of mine, a real code word, and he never TTS'd me. He never got around to it. Everything else, it was just like they would send a TTS with something only they would know, and I'd go, "Oh, I know. Oh, hey," and then other people would repeat it. And there's a guy in your chat who used one of them from the show, and it's like, "Hey, I remember you. Remember this guy? No, I don't remember that guy. You should hang out with us. No, I don't want to." And that's the conversation going on in your YouTube chat right now.
He just wants your cock, Aryeh.
I'm kind of curious. Maybe I should. Hey, Brad. Just so I can verify you, just out of curiosity, feel free to add.
Penis?
Feel free to add me on Discord or message me on Twitter, Instagram, anything like that. But if you are who I think you are, no thanks. I do never want to hang out with you again. But I just kind of want to know if you really are that person.
I guess we'll wait and see then.
We'll wait and see.
Give me 1 second. I must prepare my second batch of spinach to flex on Aryeh.
I've eaten a lot today, and I don't feel like getting spinach.
Yeah, well, you didn't eat spinach because you're Jewish, Aryeh.
I do eat spinach, just not as spinach. I don't have this. Fine, Brad. Message me on Twitter or Instagram. Fucking boomers.
I took someone new to an event. Aryeh, there was an event for Charlie last Thursday, and
Massachusetts.
Yeah. Antifa showed up. Fucking, it's so weird though showing up because like there was one guy we recognized, and then other than that it was just all new people. Like everybody else moved on, which like I almost expected to show up and see all the old people who used to like try and counter demo us. But I don't know. I guess they have better things to do now too, which like good for them. But also I was a little disappointed. I was like, "Oh, dude, it was so much more fun talking shit to somebody you had baggage with."
There's only one person I even remember the name of from era.
Is it?
I don't think I should say his name.
Is it? Does it start with the T?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I remember that one. I remember. Fucking A. I wonder what he's up to, or she. I don't know. Apparently he transed out. Started going by the name Lucy or something like that.
I did not know this.
Yeah. When we were at the Straight Pride parade, he was there, and I remember this was the funniest thing to me the whole day. You were in the parade, and then you just left the parade, and Antifa accepted you. They were just like, "Oh, he's one of us."
Damn it.
Yeah,
Let me tell you,
because of the costume I was wearing. Oh shit! I haven't told the story of Straight Pride Steven yet. I don't think I've told that anywhere.
You want to hear the story of Straight Pride Steven, Jimmy?
Okay, let me just announce that I love being a Christian who can eat spinach.
Okay, so for context, this was the era where every single person, every single time there was a right-wing event being held in Boston, Antifa would show up and attack people, which of course inspired more events specifically to draw out Antifa. Because no, we're not letting the terrorists win. I was still in contact with all the boys from that little scene, but I was not actively participating anymore. I had stopped actively participating about a year before this happened. So, but I thought the idea of doing a straight pride parade to draw out Antifa was dumb. I was like, no, you're treating it like a joke. This is actual serious shit. These people want you dead. Blah blah. But the plan worked, it drew an insane, huge media response, and so I didn't want to go and commit to any one side because I'm done with that sort of thing. But I wanted to go and observe. And the idea I had was, well, what if it's unclear what side I'm on? And actually, I don't remember the order in which I had ideas. I remember, oh, now I remember. So I was already planning on, as soon as I felt safe, I wanted, before the Straight Pride Parade was even announced. It's been so long since I've thought about this. I don't remember what order the ideas came in, but I remember now, before the Straight Pride Parade that was announced, I said, if I ever go to another one of these events, these Antifa riot events, if I ever go to one again, I want to go dressed as Steven Universe, because I want to embody the idea of peace and tolerance and loving your enemy. And you're going to say, no, that's Jesus. I'm a man-child. It's Steven fucking Universe. Steven defeats all the bad guys by hugging it out. For those of you who don't know, Steven Universe is basically My Little Pony, except characters are allowed to die. That's it. Otherwise, it's the same show as My Little Pony, which is why the two fandoms hated each other so much, because they were so similar and yet so different, because one was mostly male and one was mostly female.
The OG My Little Pony had a lot of deaths. My sister used to watch that.
Oh, I'm only familiar with Friendship is Magic. So, surprised you don't have a camera on.
Steven, like, throws a fucking mini fridge into the back of that centipede thing. He electrocutes it. He doesn't hug it out all the time.
Okay, that was just an animal, okay? So far as he knew.
Keep telling the story.
So when I realized the Straight Pride Parade was going to be a big deal, I was like, wait, this is perfect. If I wear a costume at this event, people won't know which side I'm on. And that will generate like wonderful cognitive dissonance, because Steven Universe is considered a left thing, but also it's a tolerant left thing, an actually tolerant left thing. Like Steven Universe is very anti-Antifa, like he would be, I say, because he would not be opposed to the use of violence against people who do not immediately pose any threat to you. So, and I'm already angry because I imagine some Twitter person going, "Well, actually, Steven would not be anti-Antifa because that's the same thing as being fascist."
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
And I always wonder when people say that shit if they actually mean it. I do remember in the lead up to the event, I wasn't sure if I wanted to go, but I knew I had to go when I saw this poster advertising the counter protest, and it was a picture of Garnet from Steven Universe punching a Nazi. I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm definitely going. So I went to the Straight Pride Parade as Steven. What happened was I started out on the Antifa side. So I went up to the guy running security to get into the actual parade, and I told him my real name. I'm Aryeh, and he goes, "Oh, hey Aryeh, didn't know you were coming." He lets me in, and I walk with the parade for a while, and then as soon as I hear like the first sign of actual violence, so I wanted to see Milo speak, but I didn't get to see him speak because as soon as like through the grapevine I got word that there was actual violence happening, I left. Then I got home, and because it's been 6 years now, my God, time flies. I don't know if there's any record of the event anymore, of people, of Steven Universe being at the Straight Pride Parade, but I was caught on camera, and people were freaking the fuck out. They were like, why would Steven Universe be at a Straight Pride Parade? Steven is pro-gay. And like, they were either willfully misrepresenting the message, or they were just straight up not knowledgeable enough about the Boston scene to get it. The obvious message you should take is Steven likes peace, therefore Steven makes peace with his enemies. That's the intended message, but no one got it. Like, not a single person on Twitter. I read every tweet with Steven in it, like for like 2 days. With Steven Universe in it, and every single person, I might still have some of them saved somewhere. Every single person who responded to the event was just shocked that someone would wear a Steven Universe costume at a homophobic event. Like, they were making it all about the homophobia and not about the fact that, this was a counter protest to violent counter protests. And it was still very funny. It was funny how much attention it got, and funny how I looked through so many messages and not a single person picked up on it. The writer of the Blade Runner miniseries reacted, and he didn't get it. A person working on the official Steven Universe comic reacted and did not get it. So that was all very amusing. And I still have the costume. I still wear the Steven Universe shirt I bought for that costume. Okay, Brad's just making shit up. I don't think he actually knows me from the old days. I think he.
I figured you were gonna talk about how we meaning like your old pals showed up and.
Oh, see, I didn't know in advance you were going to do that, but you were dressed as Antifa and you were arguing with protesters. I remember you took a similar tack that I did, where you had Undertale signs. And Undertale is also a, love thy enemies kind of game. And I mean, I still had your contacts, but I wasn't talking to you that often. So I didn't know. I didn't know you were going to show up. I didn't know you were going to pretend to be Antifa. And I didn't know. Oh, someone in chat says put the costume on. It's actually a good idea. Maybe I'll go get the costume.
Yo, what's going on, Eggy?
Upstairs. Oh, Eggy's messaging you?
Yeah, Eggy's in the chat right now.
Hi, Eggy. I was telling the story of Straight Pride Steven, but yeah, you showed up that day, and you and some other guys we knew, and you were interviewing people as Antifa despite not being Antifa. I don't know how many people you fooled. I don't know what kind of trolling you did. I just remember you did Undertale signs.
Dude,
it took me a minute to figure out it was you.
It was 4 of us. We fucking showed up. And actually it was 5 of us, but only 4 of us showed up as a group. Another dude that we know, he showed up independent of us for some reason. He just decided he wasn't gonna do it with us that day. And he got outed as an infiltrator immediately. That dude that we were talking about, T, he came over to us and we thought he figured us out. We thought he came over and we thought he was coming over to us and he was gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. Nah, he was like, hey, he points into the crowd and he's like, someone over there is a cop. We just want to let you know. And we're like, really? Who? And when he points, we immediately pick him out as one of our guys. Like the dude that didn't show up with us. And we were like, oh fuck. And we were like, hey, thanks, man. And we got away from him immediately because I mean, I'm identifiable. I spray painted my hair, not with legit spray paint, but I had a dollar store spray hair dye that day, but I couldn't get my eyebrows, so I was a little bit nervous. But we distributed flyers that day that I wish I still had the flyers. You can find it somewhere on the internet, but it said it was a psyop. We pulled a psyop that day. We distributed flyers that were like almost not even believable, but I mean, people believed it because that's what Antifa, that's the type of shit you would expect from Antifa. Yeah, and then I remember you jumped sides and we were just with you, and then there was just it was a crazy day, and I'm glad that we were there. I'll say that much,
Yeah. I didn't know if you remembered that I did not know you guys were going. I think there was still a group chat at that point, but I wasn't active in it. Yeah, I did not know you guys were going, and I just ran into you there. So that's why I didn't even remember to bring you up as part of the story. Because to me, the narrative is just me confusing. Oh, Movie Bob. Okay, so I met Movie Bob there. He was taking pictures of people to get them fired from their jobs. And
of course he was.
So
who's Movie Bob?
Of course, a Jewish person owns a cat. Every cat lady is Jewish.
So I see Movie Bob, and this was after I got into the parade. I see Movie Bob. I stop walking and I wave at him and I go, "Movie Bob, hi!" I knew Movie Bob lived in Boston. I always thought I might run into him. I ran into him twice, but the other time I ran into him, he was on the phone and in the subway, so I couldn't talk to him. But I waved at him. I said, "I love your videos, Movie Bob," and he looked at me with the most contempt and disgust imaginable. Like, imagine a World War II movie. You got a Nazi who's thrown a Jew onto the ground, and he's looking at him with contempt, like you are vermin. That's the face Movie Bob made towards me. His mouth was hanging open, he was shaking his head, and he didn't say a single word. It's like he was set. I could tell what he was thinking. What he was thinking was, how dare you even speak to me? But he didn't say that. It was through his face.
Hell yeah. Well,
Damn.
it's been.
Oh.
I know we had a couple of hiccups. So because of that, the stream hasn't been going for 2 hours, but it has been about 2 hours. So I am gonna have to get out of here real soon. I'm just wondering if
That's
there's
fine.
anything else you guys want to say.
I've been enjoying just listening to Aryeh's story. I started up Silk Song just because, yeah, I thought it'd be funny if on occasion when Aryeh's in the middle of telling his story, if I were to just yell some sort of obscenity, because this is a fun but frustrating game.
Yeah. All right.
I'm also-
Okay.
Anything you want to say, Aryeh?
I know Egg White's in the chat. Check out the Is It Kino podcast on Aryeh and Jimmy Treehouse's channel. There is an episode about Wicked. I'm there, and it's amazing, and it's some of the most fun I've had since the tank.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm there, Eggy's there, and Monkey Jones is there. It was a dream come true.
I actually was I was not to keep on talking about the old days, but I was actually switching between Monkey Jones and this is the most fucking autistic, the most cancer-ridden thing I will probably ever say in my life. The day of Charlottesville, the day of Unite the Right, I was switching between Monkey Jones videos and UTR streams that day. So when I think of Monkey Jones, I always think about fat women getting hit with cars. But with
Damn
that
it.
said, I want to say thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. I apologize for
Thank
the
you.
for the issues. I want to do something like this again and prepare for it a little bit more. It's kind of my fault. I didn't prep for this as well as I should have. It was kind of a last second thing having you guys on.
Oh, you're good. I had fun.
I had fun as well.
Oh yeah, I like talking to you guys. We have good conversations and stuff like that. I'll talk to you guys later though. All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Peace out.
Take care, Scott. Take care, Aryeh. Love you, fellas.
You too. Love you too. Peace out.
Bye. Oh, okay. You said you had to go. Are you actually leaving?
Yeah. I'm leaving the call, and then I'm going to I'm gonna finish the stream up. I'm gonna be like, hey, thanks everybody.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Peace out.
Bye.
One moment. That was a good time. I enjoyed that. Like I said, I didn't really prep for it that well, so I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but I think it went about as well as it could. I'm really upset about those technical issues. YouTube, this is not the first time YouTube has had like some weird shit going on within the last week or two. So that's kind of annoying. But hey, it is what it is. I appreciate them coming on. I knew that like they're I feel like they're the exact the saying opposites attract, right? I feel like they are the exact archetypes where it's like opposites attract, where they get along very well. There's a certain benevolence that comes from both of them. They like each other, they like people, and they can disagree and not be like angry at each other about it and shit like that. Two one of a kind people, yes. And that was good. So I appreciate them for coming on. I appreciate you guys for coming in and you know, enjoying this stream with me. I know I did a lot of just sitting back and listening, but that's because they're two very big personalities. You know, I didn't want to do too much trying to interject or upstage or anything like that. But yeah, thank you all very much. I am going to head on out. All right, I will be streaming on Friday. I don't know if it's going to be a late stream or not, and I'm thinking I'm either going to do another lolcow or I'm going to do another extremist group. I'm not 100% sure which yet. I will figure that out, or depending on how things go, I might have something else in stock for you, but we will figure it out. Like I said, yeah, I will see you guys all later. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.